Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Tom Allen. After informing the court that it was deadlocked yesterday, the jury in the Cal Harris murder trial continued to deliberate today for 7 hours. Harris is the Owego man charged with second-degree murder for the death of his wife Michelle, who disappeared in September of 2001. No body or weapon has ever been found. Our Samantha Blywise was in Schoharie County Court for deliberations this week and joins us now with more. Samantha?
Well, I don't think any of us would have expected this, but cheese may be the key to a healthy heart.
That's right. Danish researchers investigating why the French tend to have a low incidence of cardiovascular disease find that fermented dairy products such as cheese could contribute to longevity and health.
They found those who ate cheese had higher levels of butyric acid, which is a compound linked to reduced obesity and higher metabolism. Study authors say this suggests a role for the microbes in our gut, playing a role in our metabolism.
Dietitians say more work needs to be done before we suggest that everyone start eating more cheese.
Okay, back to Beauty and the Beast.
Do you think he pays these big stars to introduce him when he goes to Vegas?
You know, he must. That or maybe he picks up their bar tab. Yeah, we don't know.
Well, coming up next in sports, the B-Mets look to end the homestand with a win.
Plus, a historic night in the Bronx. But as A-Rod looks for a career home run, number 661, he had to wait a little while to get there. Stay tuned. Jeremy's on deck.
Southern Tier police officers are putting their golf skills to the test. Today, several officers took to the links at Hiawatha Landing Golf Course for a tournament, all part of Police Memorial Week. It's one of a number of events this week meant to increase awareness to those officers who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Proceeds from today's golf tournament went to the Southern Tier Law Enforcement Memorial Association. This year marks the 16th year of the event, which has grown a great deal since its inception. Police Memorial Week kicked off last Friday and runs through Saturday. Some local volunteers were honored today for making a difference in the lives of the elderly. Faith in Action volunteers attended a commitment award ceremony. It was the 17th year the awards breakfast has taken place. The Faith in Action program pairs a volunteer with an elderly member and assists with tasks such as grocery shopping and driving them to doctor's appointments. 4 volunteers were given the Life Commitment Award. Well, have you ever thought about training to become a conductor in the railroad industry? Today at the Holiday Inn in downtown Binghamton, representatives from the Norfolk Southern Rail Company held a presentation and conducted interviews for those interested in a position with the company. Several people showed up to learn more about the life of a conductor. Officials from the company say that the hours and time spent away from family can be demanding, but it's all worth it. Well, police are still on the lookout for a suspect in an armed robbery in the town of Union. Authorities say at 11:10 last night, a man entered the Express Mart on State Route 26, displayed a semi-automatic handgun, and demanded cash from the clerk. He then fled in a light blue Dodge minivan. The suspect is described as a white male, about 6 feet tall and weighing 160 pounds. He's described as wearing glasses, a black hooded sweatshirt, jeans, gloves, and a white baseball cap. Anyone with information should call New York State Police at 754-2701. More than half of the people detained during Monday's riots in Baltimore have been released without charges.
The outrage stems from the death of a young black man while in police custody. The findings of an investigation have been handed over to the state's attorney's office, which plans to conduct its own separate inquiry.
Fox News correspondent Joel Waldman has the details from Baltimore. Well, still ahead on Fox 40 HD News at 10. Some volunteers who've made a difference in the community were honored at a breakfast.
Plus, an award-winning illustrator makes a stop at the Broome County Library. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Mick. Well, I'm sure a lot of people in the Southern Tier are hoping for Jones to make a quick recovery and get his life back together.
That would be great to see. When he's on top of his game, it's good for him and his brothers, the area, and of course us in the sports department here.
Very good. Well, that's all we have time for. Remember to tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Have a good night, Otsego.
Good night. Well, thanks for joining us.
Make sure to tune in tomorrow night at 6 for the latest in news, weather, and sports. Have a good night.